Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 2, season 4 of the Fergie Way with me, Teach FM, and Dybala's debut. We're all waiting on it, aren't we? We're going to have to wait a bit longer because something else has happened. I'm not even going to... We'll see in a minute. But today's episode, we are hoping to see Paul Pogba come back. We've got the draw for the Champions League, and there's maybe a couple of little other bits of news, but we'll wait till the intro runs and we'll get straight into it. So, Paulo Dybala, we're here for the debut. Not fucking today, we're not. Because I did the sensible thing, come back from his injury, I thought to myself, what we'll do is we'll just give him 45 minutes, in with the youngsters, injured while sprinting, 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks. So, no Dybala fun yet, we're going to have to wait for that debut, but rest assured, you guys will experience that debut when I do. I did have the chance, I had him on the bench in one of the games where I had the chance to bring him on, but as we weren't recording, I didn't think it was fair because we should all get to see it together. And that wasn't the only injury. Memphis, coming back this season, having a ripper. He'd scored something like 5 goals, I think, should be on here somewhere. Yeah, he'd scored 5 goals in 3 games, of course, having an absolute stonking start to the season. Injured 3 to 4 weeks. Brilliant. The 2 strikers who were shit for me at the back end of last season are all I'm fucking left with again. So, yeah, made up with that. So yeah, not the greatest of starts. Once again, I'm getting shafted by injuries. And yeah, one thing I did want to do, guys, nice and early in the video, is what's your memorable moment from the Fergie Way? I know what mine is. I can't remember who we were playing. Oh, who was it? Basically, I was live commenting. You guys were here with me. And I was just saying, looks like we're going to have to settle for the draw because it was the 88th minute. And Renato Sanchez slapped a wonder goal from about 30 yards. And I don't know, it's something that's always stuck with me. And I think it's because we don't often do it, but in the Fergie Way, we resigned to just picking up a point and not chasing the win. And it was an absolute screamer. But what was yours? What's the one thing that you remember? Shove it in the comments. Let me know. I'd just love to read it. Just sit there and see what you guys are remembering. You'll probably even mention things that I've already forgot. I mean, I'm playing a lot of FM here, recording a lot of episodes. But yeah, with a little bit of luck, I'll pick up some of them memories myself. Another thing to say is that the captains have been picked, and they are Paul Pogba as captain, mainly because he's pretty much always going to be on the pitch. And secondly, Ruben Neves, because his leadership and his teamwork were right up there. And he's become a stalwart himself. He's doing ever so well. So I just thought, do you know what? Vice captain him. Jobs are good. And so the new captains are picked. Of course, Ibra was captain last year. Smalling was vice. And that's all changed. So if we take a look at the schedule then, at the games that have been passed. And you can see there's already a red dot, which is marvellous. The first game, however, we did play Burnley. It was a resounding 3-1 win, to be honest. Mensa getting on the score sheet. Started a relatively weak team in this game, as you can see down on the right here. We had Donnarumma, Sidibe. Well, not Sidibe being weak. Come on, that sounds bad. But Twin Derby basically got a lot of the youngsters involved. We carried them on into the next game against Watford, which we won 2-0. The great thing here was Martial, first start of the season, bagged 2 goals. Watford, as anybody, I don't know, it's a bit of a conspiracy, but Watford on Football Manager always seem overpowered. Don't know whether that's something developers have done, Miles. But they did quite well, and they held us out until the 60th minute, and I had to go in at half-time. Most of the team were playing a 6.4 rating at half-time. We'd had 1 shot, it wasn't on target, and Watford had 6 and 3 on target. They'd been absolutely battering us, tore the lads a new arsehole, kicked them back out the dressing room in the second half. Martial was the first one to act. On the 60th minute, he scored a goal. Managed to add one literally with the very last kick of the game, which made it look like a convincing win, but rest assured it wasn't. And that tells its own tale when we went to play Leicester in the next game. Leicester won 1-0. Now, we did get a little bit FM'd, and by that what I mean is we absolutely tanked them. I think we ended up with 17 shots. About 8 or 9 of them on goal. There was a lot of saves. Callum Gribbin hit a free kick right near the end of the game that basically beat the keeper and come down off the bar. A spectacle of a game, but unfortunately one that we lost 3 points in. So today's game, of course, we were meant to be back here for Dybala's debut. Not happened. However, Pogba may be back. We'll see when we get to the team selection screens. So we are going to be playing Aston Villa. We're going to be playing them at Old Trafford, and hopefully it'll be an absolute belter. However, we do have a little bit more business to take care of, and that is in the way of the Champions League draw. So I'll see you in a second. And you won't believe it, but on the way to the Champions League draw, we've had the EFL third round draw, And we've got City, Manchester Derby in the very first game in the EFL Cup. But as you know, I like to play my second string, slightly younger team. I'll be doing the same again. So the team that knocked them out last year in the semis, for anyone who's watching the Fergie Way, we're going to have the chance to put it right very, very early on. However, you can bet your ass City will be playing a strong team. So here we are then, on the draw to the Champions League. So we're just going to draw it next team by next team, but fairly quickly. So we're in Group B. First team, Barcelona. Get in there. I say get in there because we want these big group games. I want another big team in this. Bit of a group of death, but to come out of it, maybe knock out a couple of good teams along the way is the way I have it. So we'll click it forward. Real Madrid, Dortmund, that's an interesting one. Bayern and Inter, just having a quick look around. PSG, Atletico, Tottenham, Juventus. So not really any particularly easy draws there. City got CSKA, who have actually gone in first seed, which is interesting. Next team, FC Bâle. Doesn't matter. I mean, we've already got Barca there, the big team. I don't think we're going to see a right lot else in our group. Copenhagen. And yeah, so we'll just have a quick look before I click this last one. As we know, it's PAOK on the bottom there. But any groups of death? Shakhtar, Ajax, Dortmund and Real Madrid's an interesting one. But other than that, I would say no. I mean, Roma, Celtic, Gladbach and Arsenal, yeah, not so bad. But yeah, so there we go then. Champions League draw's been done. There is another little bit of news. I'm possibly, I don't know, I might be buying a world-class attack midfielder. Matters at 31. He's not at his youngest. This other guy isn't young, I would say. I'm not going to hopefully give too much away. He's maybe about 28, I think. In fact, no, I know he's 28. There's no think about it. I'm talking out my ass. He's 28 years old. So it would stunt an element. I'm trying to look to strengthen to try and win this Champions League. If we lose Mata, we are left with the likes of Angel Gomez and Callum Gribbin. I prefer playing Callum Gribbin in Pogba's position where possible. So he's like, basically Gribbin is Pogba's respite, so he can't be Pogba's and Mata's. And Gomez, only being 18 years old at the moment, cannot step into Juan Mata's position if we lose him due to injury. So that's what I'm looking at doing. Have a guess. Who do you think it is? Bang it in the comments. I'm undecided yet. There's been talks, but I'm not quite all the way there. We'll have to see how it pans out. But we are now going to head over to game day. I'll see you there. So here we are then, we're at Old Trafford, and of course today we are hosting Aston Villa. We are off the back of a defeat to Leicester, so today's an important game. We want to try and get back on track, especially before we start getting involved in the European matches. So we are out to win, and for that reason, Paul Pogba has been limited to 45 minutes game time, and I've started him. I will replace him at half-time with Callum Gribbin, but I want to try and command this game early on, try and get legs, try and get a little bit of a lead, get a bit of a gap against Villa, and then hopefully, once Pogba's off the field, we'll see it out. We are not a one-man team, but of course, Pogba is that good that he can do so much on his own. So we'll start with the United team. We've got De Gea in the sticks with Alaba, Bailly, Romagnoli and Darmian at the back. We then, of course, have Pogba in the advanced playmaker role with Sanchez in the defensive role, which is a mistake by me. It should be Neves and Sanchez should be playing supported, so I'll change that over in a second. Juan Mata in the trequartista role and Rashford and Martial up top. A little bit concerning because those guys weren't firing at the back end of this last season. The beginning of this season, they've both done all right in separate periods, but together they just never seem to click. So we're hoping to get Memphis and Dybala back very, very soon so that we can change the dynamic up a bit. As we take a look at the Villa team, they've got Galini and Net with Regina, Lenglet, Cahill and Neom at the back. Then they have Mertens on the left, Kazulic, I don't know, something like that. And then they have Kazilio. I mean, they got the two Ks in the middle. And then, of course, they have Super Bebe on the right. Quite possibly United's best ever buy. Then they have Seferovic up top with Kodja. I mean, they've got so many Ks going on in this team. I don't know what the hell's going on. It is going to be an absolute nightmare to commentate. So move on to the opposition instructions. And Roy, you didn't really do me the biggest of favours against Leicester. What are you going to do today? Hard tackling against Mertens, which is completely understandable. And Seferovic. I'm not going to change anything, Roy. We're putting faith in you today, my friend. As we move into the team talk, I'm passionately going to tell the guys that a team such as ours should be winning this without any problems at all. Confidence issues there, maybe, if I use that one, but I'm going with it nonetheless. I also want to ensure that we're going out there as green as possible. And all but two. That'll do for me. So we'll start the game then. First highlight, as usual, won't really come to anything. So yeah, who do you think I'm maybe looking at signing? It's an interesting one. I've not made my mind up yet. It may or may not happen. It's the reliance on that single player of Juan Mata and whether I can rely on him from a fitness point of view anymore, and that's what's made me look at it. We have loads of money left. I've got the wage budget left, and we're chasing the Champions League, and we need strong players all over the show. Mata is strong there, but it's whether he can stay there all season. It's a hell of a lot of games that we'll be playing this year. It's Neves on the edge, of course. That's the point. Go to my tactics, go to my overview. Quick switch between Sanchez and Neves because I ballsed up at the beginning of the game. And we'll say no more about it as we've just missed a shot by the looks of it. So we missed a highlight. Awesome. Kozul. Back with Super Bebe. Kozul plays it forward to Kodjo. There's so many Ks going on. And Seferovic arrives at the near post. We've conceded early. And this is not how I expected to start. We're at Old Trafford today as well. And really shouldn't be suffering like this. So Kodjo down on the right. I mean, look. A lapse in concentration there by Romagnoli. You know, I mean, I don't know why he's not stepped up towards the near post, but we've said about it before in FM17, it happens a lot. So let's hopefully get back into it now. It's Martial. Oh, how did that not go in? Martial hits one past the goalkeeper. It goes all the way towards the back post. Romagnoli's arriving and he doesn't even put a fucking foot on it. Jesus Christ, Romagnoli letting him in for the goal at one end and then completely spunking the chance of a 1-1 draw at the other end. It's unbelievable. Oh, well, there we go. We'll take that. Martial hits a bit of a cookie cutter, just skims along the floor, and for some reason it looks like Galini maybe went to pick it up, fumbled it or something as we have a look here. Matt plays it forward to Martial. Martial with a weak shot. Yeah, Galini should have had that, but we'll take it. It's 1-1. They've only had that one shot that they had on our goal, 25 minutes in, and hopefully now we can press on and try and get this gap that I was talking about while we still have Pogba on the pitch. It's Neves, wins the ball back, plays it to Martial. Rashford now. Rashford is the last man up there. It does get the ball taken off him by another one of these lads who have got a name that I cannot pronounce, but Pogba wins it back from Super Bebe. It's Alaba now. Pogba. Still Pogba, plays it back out to Alaba. Alaba's going to try and swing one in, is he? Neon manages to take it off him. Alaba drops back immediately. Romagnoli gets the ball from Seferovic, and we are back in possession through Pogba now. Martial, come on, you've hit one from distance, it went in. You know, it's not going to mean that you're going to shoot from wherever you bloody well want. It's Kozul now. I think it's Kozul. I'm just going to pronounce it how it looks. Pogba to Rashford. Rashford's got loads of space to run into. He's played it to Martial. Martial, finish from Martial. 2-1, half an hour on the clock. We need to grab more before we get out in this first half, but that's Martial with a fortuitous goal. And then it's got to be said, a well-executed finish. Rashford played a great ball. Martial takes his first touch, gets it on his left foot. Keeper was in no man's land, plays it to the back post, and it's 2-1 United. Mata standing over a free kick, hits it at the wall. Still Juan Mata. He's got pressure though. Gets fouled by one of these lads. Cazilio will do, I suppose. And we do win the free kick. Is he going off for it though? Because it was from behind. He's been booked. Just a booking. Maybe we should run at him now. We'll definitely give him a little bit of hard tackling and just go to my opposition instructions. And give him a little bit of stick now because he's already picked up a yellow card, and maybe provoke him to give us another tackle or two. It's Neon. Plays it across to Mertens. Mertens to Seferovic. And it did go in, however he was offside. But to be honest, from where I was sat, it really didn't look it. De Gea plays it out to Darmian. Romagnoli forward to Neves. It's Pogba now. Mata. Mata's got three men round him. He does manage to give it to Alaba though. It's Pogba. Still Pogba with a shot from distance. Great save from Galina. Pushed out for a corner. Mata will take it. As Mata puts one in towards Pogba. Pogba doesn't quite get there. Cahill clears it out. Pogba has retrieved the ball at the halfway line to Neves. Sanchez. Still Sanchez. It has the ball taken off him. I thought he was down for a second there, but it's Mertens now. End of the highlight. Shafted. It's Rashford. It's out to the right. Has the ball took off him again, but wins it back. Sanchez to Pogba. Still Pogba with a surging run forward. Plays it back to Sanchez. Playing it cool now on the edge of the area, United. Neves to Sanchez. Sanchez to Rashford to Martial. He maybe should have scored. Galini was busy scrambling to the other side of his net. Martial put it wide, and it maybe should be 3-1. It's Super Bebe now. Won by Alaba though. It's back with Alaba to Pogba. Sanchez. Mata now. Searching ball forward to Martial, and Martial plays a great ball to Rashford. A little reverse ball there into the box. Played Rashford in. Rashford wasn't able to finish it, but it's just nice to see the movement between these two. You know, I mean, they've been playing together now for the 3 years of this save, and of course for a year before that, at least with Martial. And they should have a connection, and that's the first time in a long time we've seen them connect and play together well. Alaba to Rashford, to Martial. Martial tries going through Cahill. Cahill's experience stops him though, but Pogba wins it back. It's to Sanchez. Sanchez thought he was going to strike from distance. Pogba tried it. It was blocked though, and Alaba does the cleaning up at the back. And out of nowhere, it looks like Kodja may be in here. Darmian, he skins Darmian. Mertens on the ball. Mertens manages to put it through the legs of David De Gea. We're back at 2-2. We're on the cusp of half-time. They couldn't hold on to it, and this is a joke. Let's have a look. Mertens, he might as well have just kicked it through him. And De Gea's just like, we'll just let it through there. Unreal. And we've got yellows, and I don't like seeing yellows. It pisses me off so much. Not happy with the performance out there aggressively. Fire them up. Pogba's on 75% fitness. I'm going to leave him on just for a few more minutes into the second half before I make that forced change of gribbing, because of course I was told about 45 minutes. But it's not good enough. I want to see if he's going to come out, make a difference, but it's not been given. It's Sanchez now driving right hand side of the box. He's put across into Pogba. Pogba's shot deflected, and it's come out to Super Bebe, and they will counter. It's Kodja now. Alaba does enough. Sanchez to Pogba. Still Pogba playing it back to Alaba. Sanchez. Rashford with a great ball to Alaba. Alaba will cross, you would hope. He does. It's Mata. Puts it wide of the post. Clear shot on goal. Not quite sure it was a clear-cut chance, but it was certainly a clear shot on goal. 55th minute. Pogba's getting a little bit tired now. He's hitting 70%. It's Darmian now. Neves, Sanchez, Pogba. Pogba to Alaba. Alaba needs to try and beat his man here, but he's been pushed out. He did do those. Martial hit one towards the near post. It wasn't going anywhere. Martial recovers the ball quickly, and on the 60th minute, I think it's time to protect Pogba. Take him off the pitch, and we won't be bringing on Callum Gribbin, will we? Because he's not even on my bench. We're going to bring on Herrera. We'll switch Herrera with Sanchez. We also have Fosu Mensah on the bench as well. I'm probably going to look to make another change. But at the moment, a 2-2 draw after a 1-0 loss at Leicester. Are the wheels falling off? It's a tricky one, because not a right lot's changed. It's Alaba now. Has the ball took off him. It's Seferovic charging towards our goal with Kodja. Sanchez wins the ball back, gives it Rashford. Martial has got space there, but all the men have come back round him. Still Martial, he was in the area, he's been given, it's a penalty. 62 minutes, and Mata, you've got to score here. You really do. Because 2 losses on the bounce is going to be a shit start to our season. Mata begins his run up. Get in. Galini dived the right way. For a moment I thought he'd saved it. He's not done. We are back in the lead. We can see how defensive Villa have gone here on the bottom left of the screen. They have just pushed forward, I've seen on the graphic there. But at the moment, we're 1 up. As Mata stands over a free kick, it gets deflected and goes wide for a corner. 65 minutes on the clock. And if it stays like this within the next 10-15 minutes, we're definitely going to look to close this game out. We're at home, we're at Old Trafford. We should be able to go quite defensive and keep them out, especially when you consider that they're not playing that much of an attacking game anymore. Back with Renato Sanchez now. He's cutting inside. He's not going to take a shot. I thought he was going to let rip. He's going to now, though, with a save from Galini. It was straight down the centre of the goal. Well played, Sanchez. Really coming into his own now in the Fergie way. You know, the game's 3 years in, as it were, from when it starts. He's got great stats when it starts. Just takes him a while to start putting it together. Herrera now to Bailly. Ruben Neves. Neves with a shot from distance, and what a shot that was. Straight down the middle of the goal. We're going to have to see the replay to see how on earth the goalkeeper missed it. Possibly a little deflection. But as we can see here, it's Bailly to Neves. Gets it on his it's his right foot. Great finish. Just a great finish. 4-2. It maybe takes away a little bit from how tricky the game has been. But 4-2, when you consider the positions we have been in, I will take. So I'm going to bring on Twins Derby from Romagnoli, who's not having the greatest of games. I'm also going to bring on Sadiba for Darmian, who's had a booking. That'll call a draw to all our substitutes. We've got 15 minutes. Now that we're 2 up, I'm not going to change a thing. I'm not going to try and close the game down, because if we can grab another 1 or 2... These lads were on yellow at half-time, and it's goals that are going to bring them back up to superb. So with a little bit of luck, we can keep on pushing. It's Twins Derby now to Sadiba. Sadiba with a bad cross. It's not often we see him do that. He's normally quite effective down the right there. Sanchez. Rashford. To Mata. Mata to Martial. Martial's got space. Wasn't able to get a good shot off. And unfortunately, it's back in Villa's hands. But we have got a corner out of nowhere. Goes to Twins Derby. It's cleared out. Martial will try and get there. He does. Still Martial. Matt, what on earth? What on earth? That was an epic failure, my friend. Shot from 35 yards on an angle. Went nowhere near the goal. A complete waste of possession. But Rashford's in on goal now from a great... You should have played it across. Martial was in the middle. Why are you not going for the guaranteed goal, you glory-hunting little bastard? Would have been 5-2 there. If anyone was watching that closely, you'd have seen as Rashford broke in, Martial was onside across the goal. The keeper rushed the near post and Rashford chose to shoot anyway. Unfucking believable. As we nod it over the bar from Twins Derby. I mean, we've dominated them. You look over at the shots, so it's 28 shots, 13 of them on target. We had 3 clear-cut chances, managed to grab 4 goals, which is all well and good. But conceding 2, not great. We're not used to that. We're not in the manner that we conceded them neither. Full time though, we have took the 3 points. We needed a win after we got beat by Leicester in the last game. I'm going to tell the guys assertively that we got away with it. They've gone green. I expected some reds there, because normally if you've won by a couple of goals and you give them that, they give a little bit of shit back. But no, they've gone green. I'll also going to tell Martial that he's played well. And yeah, we got a win. But in my opinion, it was a bit of a lucky one. So there we go then, guys. End of episode 2 on the Fergie Way. And at least we managed to get a win. And I'm sorry it is not Dybala's debut. But that's going to happen in the next episode. So we need roughly a couple of weeks to get him back in. However, those couple of weeks are either going to fall in line with the Liverpool game at home in the league, which we're definitely going to be live commenting, or it might fall in line with the Chelsea game thereafter. So we're definitely coming back for Liverpool. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to play Newcastle. I'm going to play Bâle in the Champions League. The first game of the Champions League this year. We're going to come back for Liverpool. And fingers crossed, Dybala will be with us. But equally, we also might have a new player with us. Only time will tell. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Drop me a comment. All this interaction is helping us grow. We're doing so well. In such a short period of time, we've been growing massively, and it's all thanks to you guys. So if you can keep on with that, it'd mean the world to me. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit the sub button. You can catch up on the Fergie Way through the links in the description. I hope to see you in tomorrow night's episode. Other than that, guys, I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.